Don't let the day pass you by without you sharing your story.
You are now tuning in to the Going North podcast with your host, best-selling author and professional speaker and member of the John Maxwell team, Dominic Dom Brightman. And every Monday and Thursday, we're going to hear the voice of a different author sharing their gifts, stories, and expertise to help you charge forward in life. Now let's get on with the show. And today on the Going North podcast, where we bring you fabulous humans from across the globe. Today's no different. Today is no different because we are continuing the era of returning guests, baby. We got returning guests all the way back from the early days of the podcast and world in this spirited way of episode 19. She's back for more, baby. She's back for more. She has had 31 books the last time we talked to her. Now she's got 10 more, y'all, 10 more. So they just keep on birthing and appearing. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's kind of like the Energizer Bunny. It just keeps on going and going. And not only that, she's also has her own visionary project that has helped other ladies to become empowered to win, to help them get their stories out there, and not just her own as well. Because this one lady right here, she's the award-winning two-time best-selling author, as well as a publisher, coach, consultant, and the entrepreneur woman who's on fire, baby. She's on fire for Christ, too, I might add. The one, the only Reverend Allison G. Daniels. How are you today, ma'am?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing well. Glad to be back. Glad to be back.
That's right, y'all. She's back in black, baby. That's right. Keeping it black and gorgeous. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed.
First of all, thank you so much for introducing me. Sounds good. You know, I am always super excited when people are kind of like mentioning a lot of the things that I do, but I'm just blessed when I have people that actually believe in what I do and then they connect with me to make a difference. So thank you again for, reading a little bit of my bio. That's my history. That's my journey.
That's right. The beautiful thing is that ain't all of it, because I know you got more in the pot cooking.
Yes, I certainly do. Certainly do. So the visionary book that just came out, Empowered to Win, super excited about that because God blessed me to have 5 other women with me on that project. And I love it because they believed in me, they trusted me, and they were confident that we would be able to bring this book to pass and to see the success of the book. Each co-author shared their stories, trials, tribulations, and how they made a difference, not just in their own lives, but in the lives of the people that they met along the way. So I am excited to continue to promote it and continue to see what God has for each one of us because they all said yes.
That's right. That's the power of saying yes right there. The power of saying yes. That's right. That's right. Because when you say no, something bad might happen. Or heck, something good might happen. You never know.
Never know. Say either or.
That's right. Either or. That's right. Especially or gone. Just either or. Woo! Well, congrats on a successful visionary project, getting 5 other ladies to join the publishing train with you. So how was that experience?
Let me tell you, it has been an honor for me and for me to start my publishing company, which is called AGD Publishing. I'm excited about that because it was only fitting that after writing 31 books and being the co-author of 10 books and then the visionary of my first book, Empowered to Win, that I start my own publishing company to help others get their book out that normally wouldn't know how to start or, where to begin. So the publishing company is a one-stop shop. You can get everything done. You can take my writing classes. I have 2 writing classes that I've been offering now, even before the publishing company, and now I just entwined that. So it's a one-stop shop. Get your book written, get your book published, and start marketing your book to become a successful published author. So I am excited about my company.
Woohoo! That's right. 41 kids, baby. I mean books. Woohoo! Yes, we did. Yes, indeed. Probably should have known that one was coming eventually.
Yes, yes. Look, I forgot you love to joke, which is a good thing. Laughter is good for the soul. So, hey, it's excellent. It's excellent.
Yes, indeed, because life is shorter than a 1-foot tall brick wall. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, new publishing company from all of your past success. So, any
Yes.
advice for those who maybe have their books out and they want to come with work with you? What's probably been one of the biggest lessons you've learned from doing it on your own that other folks shouldn't do when they're out there with a self-published book?
One of the things is I would really say is learn the business of, writing a book, self-publishing a book, because it's a lot of things and a lot of details that go into it that you just may not know. So as you're writing a book, learn a little bit more about the publishing side of it. And even if you don't want to learn the publishing side of it, at least know some of the terminologies that will be used so that you're not out of the loop when you introduce yourself to a publisher and you want your book to be written. Now, one of the classes that I actually started, and it's called Write to Finish Mastermind 101 Chapter Writing for an Anthology. And the reason why I started that class is because I get a lot of people that are always telling me, I don't have a book, but I have a story I want to tell, and they want to be in a book. And you can do that by taking this class, Mastermind Class 101, Chapter Writing for an Anthology, and I'll show you how to write your chapter, and then you can put your chapter into someone's anthology. The only difference is making sure that it fits the visionary's idea and what they're looking for from each author or from each co-author. And it's not as hard as people think. It just takes time to put it together. But once you master that, you can continue to write and be in another anthology. Like I said, I've been in 10 anthologies. So it took some time to, once I did the first one, I kind of learned some of the techniques that they use. And so that's why I'm able to help others with getting into an anthology or just writing your book.
There you go. Definitely right about that, because that seems to be very popular nowadays with a lot of anthologies, because a lot of folks are like, man, I do not want to do this big old book on my own. And it's like, you know what? Let me get on someone else's platform and take some of the stress off of that.
Yes. And that's what it is. It definitely takes some of the stress off because you don't have to try and figure out how am I going to come up with 15, 20 chapters. I just don't know, but once you realize you only have a chapter and there's 30, 40 more authors, you set yourself free. It's just learning how to start writing a chapter. And that's where people are actually having the problem, getting their title together, getting their subtitle together, and then bringing it around the summary or the detail of what the visionary author is asking for.
That's right. Because I'm pretty sure they're asking for more than the money so they can publish it.
Oh yeah, because everything has to be lined up and in order, and it's a word count. Certain things you can't put in there. Some may say use charts, and some may say don't use a chart, don't use writing tools. Like one of them, you can have like write your points here, and then you just have lines. Someone else may say, I don't want you to do that. At the end of each chapter, I want you to put a prayer at the end. Or at the end of each chapter, I want you to put not a prayer, but a scripture or a quote. So each visionary author is totally different on how they want their book to flow. And so you will have to know that, and you will have to follow the guidelines that they have laid out. And then there's another class that I teach. I've been teaching this class it's been 2 years now. It's a 30-day writing class, Write to Finish 30-day writing class. It's a boot camp. And again, I'm teaching you at this point how to write your first chapter. And you have to start with an outline. I'm teaching you how to follow your outline, put your outline together, follow your outline, begin with your first chapter, your content, ideas. Where do your ideas come from? Time management, put it in a commitment to getting ready to write your book and complete it. So this course runs 30 days, but it's every Monday. So it's like a college class. It's 30 days, but we only meet that Monday to discuss it. So it's one of the classes, one of my favorite classes, because, again, it's been going now for 2 years. So I'm looking forward to Monday, and I offer it every 3 to 4 months, something like that. I try to stay consistent with it because I get different students every time, which is excellent. And also, I have it where if for some reason you can't take the class, we can do something private, because sometimes Mondays doesn't always work. I used to have it on Thursdays, so now it's on Mondays. And then my Thursdays are open, and then I coach on Wednesdays. Wednesday is the only day I do private coaching, and that could be for anything, for business, for personal development. So technically, I have a lot going on Monday through Friday. Or do I want to say Saturday? Monday through Friday.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Monday through Friday. That's right. Work on top of work.
Yes.
That's right. That good work.
Yes.
That's
That
right.
makes a difference.
That's right. Makes a huge difference indeed. That's right. That's right. That's right. Hey. Woo. Well, there you go. The coaching and the boot camp and the master class. 30 magical days. Get that book out.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. So, what happens if, for some strange reason, the client doesn't finish their, or at least they don't finish their rough draft in 30 days? Do they have to keep on going past that, or do you like whip them into shape with some whipped cream or something? Like, what happens?
Prayerfully, they do finish it, because it's me kind of walking you through it. But I will give them like another week to get it into me, so I can look at it and kind of, critique it, but never critique it where it takes your voice away from what you are going to write about, but just to kind of give my insight on it. And I've had writers from the class, email me and ask me questions. You can still feel free to email me, feel free to text. If you just, have a question or something. When you're talking about texting, I may not get back to you right then and there. I may not get back to you right then and there with emailing, but at least I will get back with you to let you know what it is that you still need help in. So yeah, they still can, email back. And another thing is, each class, they're given a module. So you have module 1, module 2, module 3. So let's say if they're stuck on module 3, that's the question you can come back and ask me, what did you mean by the material that you provided? I'm kind of stuck on this question or da-da-da. So you can still ask me questions about it. But in the class, I go through the whole module. So you're not really lost. And you can take those videos and save it, and then you can just go back over it. So they're still not losing out if they don't finish writing, because you can just go back over it as much as possible. And it's a private group, so it's not like, it's Facebook Live and everybody's listening. It's just me and maybe 4 or 5 other people. I try not to make it too big, so that way people are not talking and texting over each other. And yeah, it's definitely private. So the material will go directly to you. It'll be in the group, and sometimes people would like for me to just send it to them, and I can do that too.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. So keeping it close and intimate. So that's right. Everybody's got to leave a virtual apple on your desk.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And that's really good, though. It's like, all right. It's like, here's that cushion, but it really is not there. Imagine it's not there. Just imagine it as concrete. Just get it done in those 30 days. And if you run into that wall, just stop at the last moment. So that way you will still be successful indeed. That's right, successful indeed.
Yes.
Well, fabulous. So, is there going to be another visionary project in the works this coming year?
I am looking forward to releasing one more. I'm looking at around Mother's Day or June. And now that I am a publisher, that's something that I want to do every year, if not twice a year. It could be a little demanding, but at least once a year to release an anthology and have other authors, co-authors come on board and share their story. Also, I have coming up in October, well, I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, because coming up in April, I will have my Write and Publish Your Book workshop. So sometimes people are not really that good with the internet or, Facebook private group and all. So you can meet me live and in person as I teach you about writing, and you'll have the documents to kind of flow right with me and ask your questions of me while I'm there. And then in October, I'll have my Women Empowered to Win conference. So that'll be my second annual Women Empowered to Win conference. So I'm looking forward to that. I just have a lot going on this year. So I'm excited. I'm just going to keep moving and just keep soaring and see where it takes me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It's never too early to talk about an event and market that event. Gotta let the folks know. Yes, indeed. Empowered to Win October for the women. That's right.
Yes.
So do I have to put on a wig to come in myself?
No. No. It's going to be it's called Empowered to Win for women, but believe it or not, I have at least 3, 4 husbands that come out and support their wives, or they come out and they're watching the children, so they're either to the side or to the back, but they're there, and my husband is there, and he's moving around kind of helping. So yeah, I still have the men there, so they are our support, so we're happy about that.
Oh, good. That's right. Got to be empowered to win. That's right. That's right, fellas. Bring your wives. Help watch the kids. That way, the wonderful wife can get that knowledge, get that inspiration, that motivation. That's right. That's right, indeed. That's right, indeed. And it's definitely good that you got a Mother's Day project coming out as well, an anthology. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So it's trying to secure some moms with some stories.
Yes. And see, during that time, you can share your mother's words of wisdom. Maybe you just want to talk about what it is that, your mom imparted into you, poured into you. So that's why I said I think it's going to be around Mother's Day when I start really talking about, I have an anthology coming out. Would love to have you on my first anthology under my publishing company. So we will see.
Oh, yeah, with all five eyes. Yes, indeed. With all five eyes, indeed. For those who wear glasses and have that third eye, yeah, just all five eyes. Yes, indeed. Oh, man.
Mhm.
So going back into the past a little bit, is there anything you wish someone would have told you when you first started writing your books that you wish you would have known back then that you know now?
The only thing I probably could really, really think about would have been um, being a little bit more selective when I picked my publisher, when I picked one time when I was a self published author. You have different printers that you can go to, just being aware of the different people that you allow into your circle when you're trying to bring your vision forward, making sure that you have the right people in place. Because I know at least two of my book covers back in the early 90, 94, 95, there's no way I would have released those two covers. It didn't even represent me. It didn't, look like anything I would have accepted. But I made the fatal mistake of paying up front and then had to try and almost like fight to get my money back for something that they didn't do correctly. But because I paid the money up front, I always recommend pay half down, see what the product is going to look like when they finish it, and then pay the balance. Because I made a lot of money mistakes, but even in making those mistakes, I learned from those mistakes. So that's some of the things that I put in my upcoming book about marketing your book, about writing your book. So I share with you in all of those books that actually are coming out different pieces of me that share with you some of the ups and downs that I did go through in writing and then bringing my publishing company out, because there were a lot of ups and downs. So, yeah, that one of the things is just making sure you have the right people in place that see the vision or the way that you see it.
That's right. That's right. Because folks using their hard-earned money to get their story and information out. It's like, gotta make sure it's right.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed. You don't want to be fighting people. Exactly. Might leave a cactus on their car seat or something. Be like, all right, where my money at? Sit straight on that
Exactly.
cactus.
Mm.
Yes, indeed. And then you don't want the good Lord to get them. If that'll happen, it'll be game over for them.
Don't you know it?
That's right. And then that gospel song be like, I see him work. That's right. You'd be like, that's all right. I've seen him work, and not from 9 to 5. I seen him work. Yes, indeed. But definitely right about that, though. It's just really, I guess, in a way, it kind of goes to doing your due diligence about who you're working with and seeing their body of work and just doing the front leg research on a lot of folks nowadays. Because a lot of folks, talking to a lady on the phone the other day, she's just talking about how folks were charging her $3,000 to do a typesetting and everything, and I'm like, huh? Really? Like 3 grand?
Mm.
Like, oh no. Oh no.
Man, oh man.
Like, yep, you need to find somebody who knows how to use the internet or something, because that is way above what needs to be done. And that doesn't even include the book cover. Like, all right, like, yep, definitely got to do your due research, because it does not cost all that much money to get the interior design of a book. You can find somebody a to do that, or if you know a good hearted person like the good Reverend Allison here, she'll get you what you need for the right price?
Yes. But you definitely have to find the right people. Yes.
Yep, that's true. You don't want your book coming back and you got a lot of strawberry shortcakes in the book. Like, this book is about the Lord. This ain't about strawberry shortcakes. Oh, man. Well, solid advice right there. So, with all of your mass knowledge and experience, what's probably been one or two skills that you probably sharpened the most over time since you've been writing all these books and contributing to all these magical anthologies?
Definitely, I brushed up on my grammar and my writing. With me, every day I'm constantly writing, so I stay in the loop of learning. I want to say the new technologies terms. I'm sorry, terms of writing and the different things that are coming out. That as a publisher, I need to know that. I need to know. I'm happy about Grammarly that will help me along the way, and then just brushing up on my writing every day, because we don't know, as a publisher, I don't know everything, but my goal is to learn it and make sure that when your book leaves my publishing company, it is well written, well edited, and the cover is well polished. So those are two things that I have been really, really focusing in on.
There you go, right there. There you go, indeed. And since this isn't your first rodeo, is there a question that you wish more radio hosts would ask you more often that haven't asked you yet?
That is so amazing, because sometimes they ask me a whole lot of questions, but I guess one of the things is, what am I most thankful for? And I always tell people, I'm most thankful for my family, my immediate family, my mom and my dad. I'm thankful for them to see everything that they have poured into me, that they're able to see me utilizing my gifts as I journey along. And a lot of things that I have done before my parents, started getting older, they were there with me side by side. So they know my journey. So I'm most thankful for God blessing me with family that supported me when people didn't even know my name. I mean, you're talking about writing since 1994, and I'm 31 books ahead and more books coming. No one knew me back then. So now that they see and hear me now, you kind of think I just jumped out on the scene, but really I didn't. It's been a long journey getting here. And so I'm most thankful for my family, my precious daughters, my husband, and still having my parents and siblings here to see the fruit that I bear and to see it come to pass.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Gratitude, baby. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. A blessing indeed. Yes, indeed. It's always good when the fruit comes off the tree and the fruit just keeps on coming. That's
Yes.
right. Fill up the whole lawn with magical fruit.
Mm.
Yes, indeed. Well, coming down the pike here to the question that every returning guest gets to answer. And that is, if you were called to give the final keynote speech of your life, where everybody in the world had to drop their phones and listen to you for the next 90 minutes, no matter how hard they tried, what would be the main points of your message?
It would be, your purpose still stands regardless of your past. Write your story, share your story, believe in your story, and change someone's life for the rest of their life.
Boom, and that's how you drop the Michael Jordan right there. There you go. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed.
You got so quiet. I was like, wait a minute, what happened?
Oh my goodness, but yes, indeed, powerful right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Woo! Well, for those who want to keep in magical contact with you, what's the best way for folks to reach out to you?
You can find me on Facebook at Allison G. Daniels or YouTube under Allison Daniels, Twitter, Instagram, and you can also find me on my website at www.allisongdaniels.com.
Oh, yeah. You know that G stands for God is good, y'all. Go and check out
Yes,
that
it is.
website. Yes, indeed. Check it out. That's right. Check out all the books. Buy all 31 copies of the book. Heck, buy 31 each of each book. No way she got anthologies. Okay, buy 41 copies of each book, indeed. 41. Get that midlife crisis on, baby. That's right. Oh, man. Well, any parting words for the folks still listening?
Don't let the day pass you by without you sharing your story. You have a right to finish your story. You have a right to rewrite your story. Don't let the day go by without you giving your story your own voice.
Hey there, you superstar. Thanks a bunch for making it this far in the podcast. Hope you really enjoyed it. Heck, if you made it this far, that means you really enjoyed it. Be sure to shoot the guest an email or head over to the social media pages and leave them a nice response that you heard them on the Going North podcast, so that way they can continue to be inspired to do great things. And be sure to share this podcast with others that you think would enjoy it as well, because we want to inspire as many people as possible to live their dreams, embrace them, and to do something positive.